Hello everybody, welcome to the Amakhosi fan channel. This is to like, comment, subscribe. Guys, welcome back. Straight to it. We just signed a top tier scout. A top tier, top notch, top of the range, top drawer kind of a scout. This changes so many things about the club. It changes the feel and the look about our club when you look at this signing. It's not just any signing. Though it's a non-playing personnel signing, but now it shifts gears. It's shifting so many things for Kaizer Chiefs. And I think it's now time that Kaizer Chiefs are taking the football club back to where it belongs. They are taking it back to where it belongs. Finally, they are taking the club back to where it belongs. I'm not going to read so much about this guy, except to say that, okay, he's a former Sundowns head of scout. Now we have signed him. As we have signed him, I just want to show you some few things, and I have beautiful points. You can add here, you can subtract, whatever you wanna do when it comes to these points. Because yeah, these points are gonna like, wow, I just enjoyed drafting this. I just enjoyed like sharing this, because like I was like, this is beautiful. Kaizer Chiefs have signed Tembela Terra Maliwa. They've signed Tembela Terra Maliwa as the new head of scouting and recruitment. And I'm telling you, these are not just news. These are not just news. These are proper news. And I'll tell you why am I saying this. So this guy has discovered so many players that are playing even in the PSL. One of those players is Kaizer, who's playing for Sundowns. He has an Adams who's playing for Stellenbosch. This guy, is it Matthews, the one who was playing overseas, the Sundowns just signed now. He has recruited some gem players who are like, wow, you know what, these are top players that even Sundowns now wants to sign. But with this, what do you think? Let me ask you, how do you think this will change the complexion of the club? How do you think this acquisition will change how Kaizer Chiefs look? I have my own points, but I just want you to share with me, how do you think this will change Kaizer Chiefs? You say, but why are you so excited about such news? Why don't we go and sign these players that we have to sign, and you're busy telling us here that you have signed a top tier scouts? I mean, like, how is that guy gonna help us? Because the season is starting soon. Yeah, and whatnot. Trust me on this one. I know with my team from UK, Manchester United. Guys, you won't believe this. You really won't believe this. You won't believe this. What we're doing with Sundowns, or getting a guy from Sundowns. I mean, why would let me ask you this. Why would the guy leave Sundowns to go for Kaizer Chiefs? Is it the money that he was promised? Why would you leave the successful team in Africa, in South Africa, by long shot? Why would you leave them and come and sign for Kaizer Chiefs? Is it about the money, or is it about the potential, or is it about the coach? Or is it about Sundowns on its own, the fact that it looks like they're unsettled now that Rulana has left? What is it about that made Terra to leave Sundowns? I don't know. But what I would say is that having Nabi has so much to do with the players that you are signing and the non-personal people that you are having in our club. Many people, they want to come and be under Coach Nabi and help him build Kaizer Chiefs. It's like what I saw, like I said, it's what I've been seeing with Manchester United. There's a guy who used to be at Manchester City that Manchester United went inside. This guy used to help Manchester City, same as, guys, this is the same, what is happening to Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, and Manchester City and United is the same. What is happening here, it's happening even overseas, where relevant people will leave a club that is winning. to go and coach or to go and be part of the technical team of a team that is like really not doing well. I think it's Barad, if I'm not mistaken, who was from Manchester City. I don't remember the name of that guy, but he had an eye for talent. He was one of those who would sit down and would negotiate deals, just like the guy that we have signed now, who's coming as a head of scouts and recruitment. That guy who used to sit down and sign proper players. Pep will come in and say that, you know what, I want that player, and then this guy will be like, nah, that guy is not worth that much. You remember the guy who just went and played who's playing now for Atletico Madrid, Alvarez, the Argentine international, the 20-year-old or 21-year-old, but he's around there. It's this guy who went and saw Alvarez and said that, you know what, no, I want to, instead of going for that guy, I want you to go and get this guy. He's cheap, but he has ample talent that is going to help you to win trophies, and he helped the team win trophies. So this recruitment, I sort of like compared with Manchester United, because I mean, we have signed a guy from Sundowns. The team was doing well. We've signed a guy who helped Sundowns to identify some of the players that are there. Someone who's also a coach. Someone who's also a coach, a youth coach, who can identify talent, know how to prepare players for a senior team. I don't know if you get this. This is not just any signing, but this is a top tier signing. If I haven't said that, I'm going to repeat. This is a top tier signing. How is this guy changing, or is going to change Kaizer Chiefs then, you ask? I have like 8 points on why I think this is the best signing. I think for years we haven't had a scout like this. I mean, you would have your Bobby or you would have your junior scouting players on their own. Apparently it was Bobby when they scouted your Ningomashe, and then it was Junior when they scouted this guy, this Castillo. So these guys were stretching themselves like too thin that they ended up making blunders along the way, but now they are helping or restructuring the team to get right personal people or right people to the right places. Is it a sign that they're stepping back? Or could it be that Nabi said that, you know what, I want a proper team around me. I want a proper team around me. And it looks like they're still supporting Nabi with everything that he says that he wants. Looks like this is Nabi's signing. By the look of things, I mean, no one would say that this is not Nabi's signing. I foresee Nabi, and I see that it's Nabi who signed this guy because he wants proper players, and the team has went and got him the best in the country that you have. This guy he's coming from Ajax Amsterdam. I don't know if you know Ajax Amsterdam. Probably you know the Ajax Amsterdam of Erik ten Hag. But some of us who are a bit older, late 30s, we know the Ajax Amsterdam, the one that used to feed, or the one that had a link with Ajax Cape Town. Your Steven Pinaras, they went and played there. Your Benny McCarthy, if I'm not mistaken, I think Benny McCarthy went and played there as well. But we're talking about your Van der Sar. When you talk about this Ajax Amsterdam, Turan Cyril went and played there. This is not just a team. So this guy was even a scout for Ajax Amsterdam. He's not just a local scout, but he was a scout for Ajax Amsterdam. Was a scout for Ajax Cape Town and other teams, but this guy, he is top notch. It means what? It means what? He has an eye for talent. He can spot the talent from afar. See those snipers that are good, like that don't really miss. It's like now we got the guy who will help us to do so many beautiful things. What are those beautiful things? One, probably for me, this is the best ever signing. Not ever, but this is the best signing we have had in many years. Why am I saying so? Finally, we are looking at putting the right people at the right positions, so that your Bobby, your Junior will focus on their positions and not stretching themselves too thin. So that finally we'll have someone who will help us to identify proper talent. Not only is going to help us to identify proper talent, but we won't be spending, it's going to help us to save millions and millions that we are spending on average players or even on average players. It's going to help us to save so much money because we won't be spending 10 million, for example, on a player who's an average player. This is why I say I was sort of like comparing this guy with that guy from Manchester City or Manchester side and said that, you know what, no, go and get a 15 million player and then sell this guy at 85 million. How much profit is that? That's like 70 million profit. So this is a guy who's going to help us to put like proper players, identify proper players and then sell them. Because our team doesn't really sell. You say, but it's the fact that you can name how many players that you have sold. It's the fact that we don't really sell. So this guy is going to help us to really save millions and go and get players who are right for the club, who will fit the philosophy of the club. So one, probably the best signing we have made. Two, it's going to help us to save millions. Three, he's going to help us to sign players that will meet the style of play that the coach wants to achieve. Four, if we do spend now, it will be well collected in a team effort between the chief scout, Terra, the coach and his technical team, and the management. Will not be Bobby going to buy players or Junior going to buy players or the coach saying that I want the player and the scout should go and really get that player. That's not scouting. Scouting means that you are even able to go and get players that might be alternative for what the coach is wanting. Say that they are expensive, like for example your Velepai. Say that no, there's another Velepai that you can go and get there for 1 million, for example. It will save millions for this club. 5, we are finally putting the football people in crucial positions. We are finally putting football people in crucial positions. What do I mean by that? Guys who went and studied and have proven themselves that they can do this job. Like I said, this guy's from Sundowns, is from Ajax Amsterdam. Not talking about small teams here. Talking about big teams here who have achieved so much that this guy has went and worked on, or clubs that he wanted to work for. 6, we now have options almost linked to number 1 or 2. We will now have options when we won't be pursuing a player for more than a month. We will not be pursuing a player for more than a month. It will be saving time, not just one, but it will be saving time, and we'll have options. So the coach would say, oh, this guy will help the coach to have more than one option. He'll say that, okay, coach, I hear you want Velebai. Okay, sharp, but there's also Apollos. Have you seen Apollos? Oh, there's also a guy from NFT that you can do the similar job as this, if not better. Oh, there's a guy from South America, for example, who can do a similar job. Oh, they in Nigeria can do a similar job. Like, let's not waste time here. You have plan A, okay, it's Velebai. B, go and look in NFT. C, go and get a plans in South America. 4, go and get a guy in Nigeria or any African country. Now you have a person who's able to bring more than one option from in one position. More than one players in one position. We'll have more options going forward. 7, I think it's 7. 7, the management are finally looking on true building or rebuilding of the team. Like finally they are putting the right people. It's almost linked to the previous one. they are now rebuilding the team with putting the proper structure around the coach. The fact that they started giving the coach his technical team and then now going for Terra, a chief scout, finally they are rebuilding, they are showing their seriousness at rebuilding this club. 8, we won't be promoting average players, as Terra is also a youth coach. He definitely has an eye for talent. He knows how to shape the players and he knows what is needed in the senior team when we are to promote players. He will know exactly the blueprint of the senior team and say that, okay, so-and-so is ready, so-and-so is not ready. We'll not be just promoting players for the sake of promoting players, but now we'll be promoting right, relevant players into the senior team, because this guy, he has an experience of being even a youth coach. So, this is one of the best signings we have made in years. 9, we'll now recruit the next Pules, the next Kumalos, the next Nengomashes. When last did we put or recruit players who remind us of our old players who knew how to play for this team, who knew how to put the right, how to play the way that you want to play, the kind of way, the philosophy, who meets the philosophy and the criteria of how Kaizer Chiefs want to play. When last? So we produce the next Pules, your next Ngomashes, your next Kumalas, your next Tiki Tikis, your next Karangobes, your next, all these other guys. Guys, what are your thoughts? I'm so excited about this signing. It's going to help us a lot. Might not be this window, but can be even this window, because I mean we still left with like 20 days or so, which is like almost 3 weeks. Can even help us in the next window. Start planning now. This guy can help us to start planning now and say that, okay, you know what, I'm going to be looking for these positions which we have not addressed. Let me go and look for players. Coach, I found these guys. Here are the stats of these guys. These are the things that they are good at. These are the things that can be developed. They have a potential though. Find the proper personnel, non-playing personnel here. Guys, thank you so much. Give me your thoughts. Let me know. I'm out. FC, Amakhosi Venture. This is Sanem. Love you. Cheers. Bye.